let's fill our cups. Commander decks in hand, the battle's about to start. A podcast for the legend, where magic meets the heart. Commander Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains, new and old. Dungeon Jeff and Sloan got the word, in the world of EDH we play.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Commander's Pod. I'm your Podfather, Duncan.
I'm Sloan.
And I'm Magic Jeff. That didn't work last time, did it?
No,
You
So
did
Pod Person, Magic Jeff.
How about Just Jeff?
Just Jeff. Wait, that's taken. That's by the TV show. Just
I-
Jess. We're going to keep trying. Has anyone sent any suggestions?
Hey, Jeff, has anyone ever told you, though, you're enough as you are?
I know. They've told me that. But unless you send in suggestions, we're going to keep doing this.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the brackets update. Last week, Gavin, right after our recording.
It's
literally that night.
I love how they love making us look like just a bunch of goobers. Like we said,
do that well enough on our own.
We don't need their help.
Yeah,
We're literally like, man,
yeah,
it's so
I don't think
crazy.
we needed
They haven't done an update yet. I really wish they do an update. Literally 6 hours later they do one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, at least we didn't get very upset about it.
Yeah. There's a brackets update. We're going to have Aggro Jeff. We're going to have Tales from the Table and some pro tips. And I actually have a tip before the pro tips.
Oh, a less pro tip.
A less pro tip.
Ouch.
A useful tip. How about that?
Oh, that's all right.
Well, we'll decide if that's true.
We'll be
I think it's true.
We'll
But
be
anyway,
the judge of that.
Aggro Jeff, what's aggravating you this week?
So normally, like, I'm someone who likes like a secret lair type thing, and I like chasing after some of the really cool art, and sometimes I'll buy them just for the art. It's not even just the value. Sometimes you chase the value. I kind of lost my love for it. I think that last secret lair just broke me. I think sitting in that queue and realizing everything was there and I literally just couldn't pay for it, I think I'm just done. So I don't know if my love's going to come back for that, but I'm aggravated that I don't even care. That I'm like, and I wonder if other people are becoming disenfranchised too, because for a business, the one thing you care about most is that people aren't engaged. But if we're just like, we don't care, whatever, do whatever you want, that's when it's bad. And it was, they've annoyed me so many times through this that I think was a straw. I was just like, I'm done.
So
I just don't care.
I've said we're not going to talk about Secret Lairs as much as we used to,
Yeah.
but there are certain things that have come up that I want to talk about just a little bit. And one of them, so I've got some bad news and some good news for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
They still have not fixed that CVV issue. When I went to check out today,
No way.
that still would not let me enter that in. It's
Dude,
grayed out.
if I would have gone on and done that, I'd have been super aggro.
I
so I'm
don't
glad I
think
didn't.
Jeff would be here for the recording.
Yeah.
I'd be at wherever Hasbro is.
I don't think you would be. I think it's California.
Dude, I'd take a plane flight. I'd be out there in a second.
Yep. But the good news.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help all of you listening, all of you watching, all of you here at the table. So I'd been hearing about it's not a glitch, it's not a workaround. I think this is very intentional on their part.
Hopefully.
No, it definitely is because they have instructions on how this works.
Oh, okay. So then that is clearly intentional.
Okay. So do not go to the Secret Lair at 11:55 Eastern Time and click on what you want when it turns to noon and click add to cart and check out.
Well,
Nope, don't do that. Don't do it.
well, you could do that. There's
You could.
another way. We're
You
not
could.
telling you which way to do it. We're going to tell you another way which you can do.
I'm telling you
it
don't
has
do that because
pros and cons.
it has pros and cons. It worked out for me though.
Yeah.
Go 10 minutes before. Add one of the normal items, not the secret layer that is being dropped that day, to your cart and click checkout.
Mm-hmm.
You will get a screen that will say you're in a holding area. When the sale starts, everybody in the holding area will be randomly assigned a place in line, which will determine your time.
Which is wild. It's
wild.
random.
But that's fair because otherwise it's like, well, I'm going to sit there at like 12 o'clock the night before.
So the question is it random for the people that are in line or random to everyone who clicked from the beginning?
I think if you can click fast enough, you might get into that thing. Maybe. I don't know. But all it says is if you're in this pre-queue. And so I did that today to try it out. Now, here's the thing. Like Jeff said, there might be some risk to this. I don't know what the longest time that somebody who did this got. All I know is what I got, and I got 22 minutes.
And we don't even know if they turn this off. Like next time you could try this and it won't work. Like,
Well, it's worked the last
yeah,
however many. And
but
like I said,
but that is the risk because you don't know. Like
so I don't think it's cheating to do this. I think it's like going to Black Friday and getting in line first. You know what I mean? That's a thing people do.
well, if it's designed to work this way, it's not cheating.
Yeah, they tell you very clearly how this works when you do this. So like I said, I got 22 minutes. That's the fastest time I've had for a Secret Lair, maybe ever, since they started this
I've
crazy.
never heard you say you've been under
You're
an hour.
typically very slow, so. Also, you're not very quick at buying stuff on Magic.
Yes, thank you.
There it is. I knew you were going to do it.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of waiting for it.
Had a long
in that moment.
pause
Yeah,
before.
you were just the awkward
Yes,
spot.
everybody.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so there's that. And I will also just say that I kind of looked at some of the chats today about the Secret Lair. I saw a lot of people are like, oh, I was so excited because it was PlayStation. This is the first Secret Lair I tried for. And I'm never doing it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. So,
Yep, disenfranchised. That's the one thing you don't want to do as a business, and they seem to be really good at it. The Magic 30, or was that Magic 30?
Yep.
Or Magic 25?
Magic 30.
The Rick Steadfast Leader, first unique card that can only be sold to people in certain countries. The Secret Lair over and over malfunctions, the lack of cards in certain stores. I mean, aggro could continue. This,
Yeah.
like, you all
Hey,
gotta
but there's
do.
a K-pop
You gotta do better.
Secret Lair
man.
coming.
No.
Yeah,
K-pop Demon Hunters, they announced for
I
next
mean, I
year.
guess that makes sense, but.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes more.
Jeff may change his mind. That
No, you know what? I'm actually for it. I guess like, you know, your little girls would probably love it, and so that's not bad. There are players out there that are little girls, and they should get to play Magic and have fun with it too.
Yeah. So the Tales from the Table. I made another new deck.
Shocker to
I know,
no
right?
one listening.
It works pretty good.
It works very
pretty
good.
good.
Rocco Street Chef.
Yeah.
I had a blast every single game I played it. Never, Friday and Saturday I played it both days. Never once was I like, it didn't do what I wanted. It always did something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Saturday
You even played
specifically-
me 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Saturday specifically, though, after the league, Tim, longtime listener, Patreon supporter, and a friend that I played Magic with for years now, who had moved northern Florida, he came down, and so I played some games with him. And in one of the games, so Rocco Street Chef makes food tokens,
Yeah.
right? And so that's the main.
And gives you kind of quasi card draw.
Yeah, because everybody gets to, but it gives it to other people too.
Yeah.
Because everybody exiles the top card of their library.
Yeah,
at the
so
end of it.
you're at a negative because everybody got 3 and you got 1.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
So anyway, it's mostly foods, and I added some treasure support and some clues in there, and of course Academy Manufactor.
Why
Because
not?
if you're gonna be a deviant, you gotta have Academy Manufactor.
It's a good card.
It is. But one game I had Zorn, which doubles your treasures.
Lots
Gives
of
it
games.
an
Actually,
additional,
I
yeah.
think 3 games you had Zorn.
Yeah, but this
2 of the
particular
games
game,
I played with you had
yeah,
Zorn.
This particular game I had Zorn and Peregrine Took, which says whenever you make a bunch of treasure of any tokens, you also make a food,
Right.
and says you can sack 3 foods to draw a card. I had Nuka-Cola Machine, which you can pay 1 tap, make a food, or it also says whenever you sack a food, you make a tap treasure.
Yep.
I had Anointed Procession,
Yep.
which doubles all your tokens.
Yeah.
Which you could have probably stopped there. That by itself.
And I had Academy Manufactor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All
gross.
the things. All the things.
Yeah.
And I had 20 food and 5 treasures.
And just to be clear, I was not in this game. That's why he had all that stuff.
Probably true. But so then I played Second Harvest, which says for each
yeah.
token you control, make a copy of it.
Wild. And then all the triggers.
So then all of us at the table, all 4 of us, our brains broke because we're like trying to figure out. So I went to the judge, Josh, who's the shop owner, who's a certified judge, and said, how many do I get?
A lot.
Yeah, that was his first answer. And then so he pulled out his phone and he goes, no, I got this. He goes, okay, so I don't remember the exact numbers, so it's not going to be exact, but it was like 120 of everything and 180 treasures. Yeah. Something around those lines.
Ridiculous.
That's
But
insane.
somebody, Tim actually, sitting across from me, who was the next player in turn, says, "That's really cool. That's awesome. But he has Mayhem Devil down there, right?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, but can't you tap your treasures to draw, or tap your food to draw cards? So you
Yeah,
draw
but
your
as
whole
soon as
deck.
you
sack
sack
them
it,
to draw.
You have to sack them to draw
Yeah.
cards? Okay.
So I had to play this game where I'm sacking foods to gain life enough so that I can sack foods or clues, whatever,
to offset the life
offset.
loss. Yeah.
to draw cards to find an answer to Mayhem Devil or win. And I had to play this game my turn was forever. I felt really bad, but for every food, treasure, or clue I sacked, I was getting 3. I was getting one of each times 2 plus the additional from Peregrine took. So I was getting 9 times basically on every sack.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. So I eventually drew into Reckless Fireweaver that says whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, it deals a damage to each opponent.
Yeah, now
then I win.
They're all dead, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm making so many tap things. Like I said, I'm making 9 for
Yeah, all you have to
everything
do
I
is
sack.
sack your foods to gain life, and then you get more stuff, and then...
Yeah, all I got to do is sack 3 of my tapped foods to draw a card, and I get 27 tokens in return.
Right.
So 27 damage to everybody for drawing a card.
Yeah.
So at that point it was over. But that is definitely the grossest I have seen a token, artifact token get, because I literally at that point had over 1,000 tokens. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and the night before we played 3 games, we played Titus, and who else was playing in that group?
The first
Bryce?
game, it was me, you, Duncan, and a new player.
No, we played before you got there.
Right, before I got there.
Oh,
you
that's
guys
right, we played with Connor.
Connor and Josh.
Okay, so in that game, you went off too,
Yep.
but you ended up losing.
Yep.
I won those next 2 games, but you went off in both games with your deck and had a chance.
Yep.
And the third game where I played Tom Bombadil, that's where you went off and
And
won.
when Sloan came in on the second game, the young lad Eli joined us.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
We played that
And
game.
Eli continued to target things he shouldn't have.
Well, he
tried.
He just wanted to be there for the social interaction.
Yeah.
That's all he cared about.
Yeah.
And so he would just kind of, I don't like the look of that. I don't know what it does, but I don't like the card art, or I don't like the name.
that has a counter on it. I'm going to blow it up. It
Yep.
has a dice on it.
No real threat assessment.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he tried. He's
tried.
new. We all learn.
And I'm going to tell the story because it's funny.
I don't know what you're about to
Which
say.
one?
So when we were done with the game with Eli,
Oh,
this
don't
one.
tell that story.
I'm going to tell the story.
It's not. No, dude. Don't tell that story.
It's funny.
Okay.
I mean, so I will say Eli had he was quirky. He was quirky. I'll put it that way. He was kind of awkward, but he also at the same time talked a lot at points. So, but anyway, when we were done with the game, Jeff and I were going to go get some food at the restaurant in the same plaza, and Andrew, yes, that Andrew, the kill Andrew first Andrew, had come in after we had started and was sitting behind us waiting for a game, and so he says to Eli, you and I can play a game. We can probably find another couple people. And I still don't know what prompted this, but Eli says, "No, thank you. I want to make actual friends around here." If he had seen the podcast and knew of his reputation, I'd be like, "I get it. I get it." But he had not. And so I don't know what it was.
It was an unthoughtful word.
Maybe he
words
didn't
came out of
understand.
his mouth without a filter.
Right.
And
Maybe he didn't understand the offer. I don't know. But anyway, I just was like,
that was rough.
Andrew took it in stride, though.
When we came back from dinner, if the young man was still there, I probably would have pulled him aside and talked to him, let him know, hey, you should work this out. Which, if he's listening to this, you should go tell. You might not have meant for that to be hurtful, but I think it was.
But Andrew took it
But
in
we
stride.
all have had those moments. I've had those moments.
Andrew didn't take offense to it. He chuckled. He said, "Okay."
He might have taken a little offense,
Well, I'm sure
but he
he-
handled it well.
But I think him, like us, also realized that
Yeah.
there's probably some social.
The young man didn't know what he
Anxiety
was
there.
doing, yeah.
So anyway, so that's the tales from the table. So let's get into the main topic of the bracket updates. So I broke this down into just kind of, so they made some bracket updates, they reworded a lot of stuff, and then they also had some updates to the Game Changers list. So first we'll go over the bracket updates. So first of all, they removed the ambiguity, which we begged for, right?
Yeah, they definitely did some clarification on certain things. They kind of ironed some things out. Furthermore, they actually, I guess they went even a little bit further, and they did even some asterisks on some of the rules too. So they not only did they clarify it, but then they gave like a little bit of an extra, like, hey, if you do this though, this is so they.
Just be careful when you pronounce that one.
But yeah, they definitely cleaned it up a little bit, and
I mean, they literally took the ambiguity out. Instead of saying few, it said, how many. Instead of saying no, how did they word it before? No.
No combos.
No early game combos.
Yeah, now they
said
clarified
no 2-card combo
And they said
within the
few,
first X turns.
Not many tutors or something like that.
Right. And now they took the tutor language out entirely.
Yeah, because they covered it with by just having the powerful tutors on the Game Changer list.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense.
It
and
absolutely
because
makes
people
sense.
were confused because it's like, well, fetch lands is tutor.
Some people think that, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they said there was some confusion around what a tutor was. So that's why they did that. They took core, bracket 2.
Like cultivate could be a tutor.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Right. Core, which was level 2, is no longer associated with precons.
I actually felt like that was too low to begin with, especially with the more recent precons they've been making.
Yeah, well, and that's what they said.
That was their point, yeah.
There is such a wide swath of tiers that those decks can fall in.
Right. Yeah.
Deflecting Swat was originally in a precon.
So was Fierce Guardianship.
The Dragon.
The Dragon was like
Edgar Markov was a precon.
Yeah, Edgar Markov's a precon. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of swinginess to it, and I would. And the thing is too, with the way they had originally talked about bracket 2 and the core of it, even not great precons technically still didn't really fall in it because they were still very themed and pointed at an optimized idea of how to play that deck, right? So that always felt weird to me that they said that, originally the precons were in 2. So I'm glad they kind of took out, like, hey, precons are not really going to say or this or that because of that. But I've always felt more precons are closer to 3 than they were 2.
Now, in true Wizards fashion, the other thing they did, which I didn't even put on here, at the bottom of the article it said, and people have complained it's hard to find, so here's the link to the brackets and here's the link to the Game Changers. And when you click the link to the brackets, it says about tier 2, these are precons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your average level precon. So it still says the old wording on that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll be fixed soon. It's a week later. I'm sure they needed a little more time. But anyway, they added wording to what players can expect at each bracket, or what players will expect at each bracket.
Right.
Because before they had the whole thing outside of that chart about intent. Mm-hmm. And people are like, you can't quantify intent and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to read a whole article to know how to rate my deck. Well, okay, there it is right there. Here's some key points on what to expect, what players should be able to expect from this bracket. If your deck doesn't fall into this category, don't put it in this category.
Right.
So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of outlined it with, like you're saying, this general statement, kind of, because I have the article here. Expedition, which is bracket 1, approximately 9 turns before you see a win happen, right? Then they said core, bracket 2, approximately 8 turns on average is when you're going to start seeing wins. So they did a good job of kind of saying, if you're, and I think this clears up the whole intent argument, right?
I think it helps.
Because the thing is, and again, I also just finished a new deck over the weekend, and when I punched it into Architect, put all the cards in there, it says, we recommend you say this deck is a 2, right? Now, the reason why I think that it might not be a 2 is because it is very themed. It is very optimized in regards to what it is trying to do, which is I'm trying to cast a bunch of rats to make a snail really big, and I'm going to sacrifice that snail and hit everybody for however big that snail is, right? And there are cards in there that will help boost that and make that go happen faster and quicker, to the point of where I don't think putting it in a 2 clarifies that. And the reason why is because I could see this deck consistently winning quicker than 8, right? And so that kind of takes out that argument of, I followed all the rules of 2. Well, does it usually win around turn 8 or later? No. Okay, then you didn't. Now we can say, if your deck list falls into a 2, but the intent of the deck ends up being closer to a 3, meaning it's winning around turn 6 usually, now we kind of have a way to say, okay, I get it. You followed the rules of 2.
Right.
You're a 3.
Just remember, when you're dealing with a tool, you're dealing with a tool. So, like, all they're going to say if they want to be that way is like, well, it doesn't work on turn 6 if you respond or if you have interaction.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, that's not what it says, dude. It says, well, you win on turn... so
if your average games are ending on turn 6, you're probably at a 3. If you're winning around turn 6 on average, you're probably
you're just not going to win that argument with certain people that want to have that argument. It's just move on.
Right.
Right, and I'm not saying bring that up to have an argument with those people. My point is that this helps clarify it for the people that were concerned. They're like, I feel like this is a 2.
Yeah, to be
and
clear,
it tells me it's a 2, but I feel like I'm doing better than that.
You're 100% right, John.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm
Yeah,
agreeing with you. I'm just saying there are tools out there, and just guys, be prepared that even though you have a great argument like Johnny does, you have the stuff right in front of you. They're just going to be the way they are.
Yeah, they're going to say, nope, I'm a 2. I'm never going to change it.
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to point out, don't jump all over somebody if they're playing a 3 and they win on turn 5.
Right.
It can happen weirdly. Like sometimes you just get the perfect starting hand.
Well, when does it say you should win on turn 3?
Generally, you should win in bracket 4 optimize at least around turn 4 is when you should start winning in bracket 4.
So what's turn 3? Or what's bracket
Any
3?
turn on 5h. Any turn someone can win.
Yeah, so that's most decks.
Yeah, I mean there are one-turn wins or turn 0 wins.
They are technically turn
tier
0.
Not bracket 3.
No, this is
but
bracket 5. It
Oh.
says any turn someone can win. In bracket 3, it's saying on average, generally around turn 6 is when you're going to start seeing.
Yeah, that makes complete
sense. So if
sense.
someone, and again, what this means is there might be a game where someone wins on turn 5. There might be a game where someone wins on turn 7.
Yeah,
that is
average.
what generally around 6 means.
But if somebody wins on turn 3, I mean, unless they deliver, like if they tutored twice.
It's pretty hard to do on turn 3 these days without like all the extra game changers.
But I'm saying it can happen. You could have a perfect hand where it's just like, I win.
Absolutely.
Well, how many combos can you have in bracket 3?
It's not how many. It's
what kind of combos you
I
can
don't
have.
think you can
And you can
win
have
on-
game changers, so you can have tutors. So you could have tutors in bracket 3.
I could be wrong on this, and someone can show me how I'm wrong. But I would say off the top of my head, I don't think you could win on turn 3 with a bracket 3. But I could,
sure you
prove me wrong.
You play. Well,
any combo you say is going to break the combo rule.
No, because if
it's not a two-card combo.
If you do land on turn 1, Soul Ring.
So you're talking about the very rare chance you have like a 3 or 4 card combo.
Yeah,
on
like
turn
Grim
3?
Monolith with infinite mana and something to use with it to win the game.
Okay.
You could do that by turn 3.
But again, in bracket 3, you can have 3 game changers. So you could have 2 tutors in your hand on the opening hand and be able to cast one of them turn 1, and then tutor for your other thing on turn 2, and then on turn 3 you put down your combo.
I would argue that I don't know. That you're getting really close to not being.
But again, we're
bracket 3 at that
talking
point.
about this is an extreme on the quick side, right?
Yeah.
Because there could be games where no one wins till turn 12 in bracket 3.
Yeah.
Because people keep having answers. And
I'm
keep
just
slowing
saying,
down the
don't
game.
necessarily jump all over them, but if they're playing like all the combo pieces,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, then jump all over them.
Yeah, because
You're free.
it's very unlikely.
Right.
They added more flexibility to bracket 1. Now, I do not necessarily agree with this. Like, for instance, no game changers, unless it's thematically correct.
Right.
That's not.
I agree with that 100%.
In certain circumstances, those trolls
Let
that you
them
were
do
just
that.
talking
When you're
about.
playing bracket 1, you don't care about winning. You do whatever you want, dude. If you want to beat me on turn 5, that's fine. I still played my hat deck, and you're a tool.
I played a Bolus deck. Nicol Bolas, and I put Bolas' Citadel because it's his Citadel.
I don't know. I mean, I guess a Bolas. I feel like
that's the example they used.
Yeah, if that's all you're playing is Bolas cards, I suppose I'm fine. I'm okay. I literally don't play in bracket 1 anyway.
I just think that they should have given that same flexibility to 2. You can build a tier 2 deck that's still thematic.
Yeah, did they say you can't put in thematic?
You cannot put it.
Changers?
There is no asterisk for 2 that says that you can play.
That's weird. Why would they do that?
Yeah,
that is weird.
Because 1 is where they're wanting you to
I didn't
put your
notice that,
thematic
Duncan.
decks.
That's a good catch. I think that's a mistake they made.
Yeah, it's weird. It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to have more powerful cards in 1 than in 2.
Right.
Even if you're just being thematic.
But they basically said in 1, there are certain rules you can break if it's thematically appropriate.
But why wouldn't you be able to do that in 2?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I wrote remove. Remove what? My own notes. I can't tell what I'm.
Did they remove some game changers?
Yeah, they removed game changers.
Yeah.
Oh, they removed the tutors thing is what I was going to say.
Well, you have that right underneath it.
Yeah,
tutor
I removed
restrictions.
tutor restrictions. Somehow it got put on 2 lines.
Okay.
They removed the tutor restrictions. So those were the basic bracket updates. I think they were great. I think they were really, really good with the exception of the weird thing between 1 and 2 where 1 can have game changers and 2 can't.
Yeah, until you said that, I thought they did really knocked it out of the park. And even then, it's just that's a small issue.
Yeah, I would say overall, this is, we kind of discussed it with some people at the shop, at least I did, and I went and visited the North shop that we have in Sarasota because I was up there helping my wife out with something, and there was an accident on the interstate. I was like, well, I'm not going to sit on the interstate. I'd rather sit in a card shop. So I went to the card shop for like 20 minutes, and I went home, and I was kind of talking to them about it, and I think, at least from what I've seen thus far, kind of the general consensus is everyone thinks that they definitely moved the right direction, right? This wasn't a step backwards. This wasn't a side step. This was a distinctive step forward towards a better understanding of how to help players grasp on where they're at and what they're playing.
Right.
So I would say overall, yeah, I mean, sure, there might be a couple of things here and there. Specifically, which we're about to talk about, the game changer changes, I think... and I will say I was wrong. I made a prediction earlier in the year. If you guys remember, I'll bring it up. I was wrong. But, yeah, I think overall...
What was the prediction you were wrong on?
Well, hold on, because I don't want to get off subject.
I think overall, I think overall they made a step in the right direction. They cleared things up. They defined terms a little bit better. Yeah, I think absolutely. Right step, right direction.
Jeff,
Yes.
you liked all the changes to the brackets?
From the parts we've talked about so far, I had no problems whatsoever. I think they're doing a bang-up job. Well done, well communicated.
Yep.
Yep. Makes you wonder if they can accomplish this, why they can't accomplish Secret Lair.
I feel like everything's gonna be like we fixed the brackets, just so why can't we fix Secret Lair? A man landed on the moon, why can't we fix Secret Lair?
I mean, do we know if they landed on the moon? I don't know. Let's open that up for discussion.
They made a movie about landing on the moon. They can't fix Secret Lair.
Maybe they made a movie the first time.
Oh boy, conspiracy theorists. Is the Earth flat as well?
I don't know. Maybe let's talk about it.
Let's not.
Let's not, please.
So, the game changer updates: removals only, no ads.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep.
That is crazy to me.
So, and they said that that's probably how it's going to be for a bit. They want to thin out the list. And I'm like, I disagree. But I know they want to make it simple, right?
Right.
But I feel like there's so many more cards out there that are just big.
Well, we have them here, so we can kind of go through them.
So, yeah, the first category was high mana value cards. And they say because high mana value cards should change the game.
Right.
You know, when you get to 7, 8, 9 mana or more, you should be changing the game. It should be helping you win.
Right. It should. Essentially, their logic is if it costs this much, it probably should be ending the game.
Yep.
Or moving you towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or giving you a huge step towards.
Because these aren't combos that win the game. These are
Expropriate's pretty. It's not. It's like a 1-card combo.
I mean, it's
spoiler
really
alert,
good.
Expropriate's the first one.
Sorry.
Yeah, you want to go.
He pulled up and looked at it.
Do
So.
you want to go over the cards, Duncan, or?
Well, I mean, we've gone over them before.
Yeah.
But we just tell what they took out.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
expropriate, right?
Yeah. 9. Just so you know, 9 drops. So 7 and blue.
Yeah. That's. I mean, these are all
all expensive cards.
They're
Right.
high mana
Mana
value
wise.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Expropriate. it was a game changer, but I get their logic. It should be. It's 9 mana. Deal with it. At 9 mana spells, you're going to be having a problem with whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this one, oh man.
Here we go.
They finally listened to me. They freed
got-
Jin Gataxias. He is free.
All right.
He's
You
free.
got 1 minute to
I'm just saying. Nope, that's all I need.
Be
I'm
happy.
just-
I haven't actually played your Jin Cataxis deck in a while.
Yeah, because
Because they locked them away.
Yeah, they locked them away.
8 blue, just in case you're curious.
Yeah.
So this is a 10 mana card.
Yeah.
Again.
But here's my thing. My only, and I hate saying it because I don't want them to unfree Jin Gataxias, right? But their argument for why they put him on was not because they said, yeah, he costs a lot, but people cheat him out. That's the problem with it.
Right.
Well, if you cheat him out, it's still a problem.
There is other cards that we're about to hit on the game changer list
I think-
that he would go in,
I think
and
the-
those commanders can cheat him out.
I think the point is that you have to build up to that. So if you build up to the fact where you get
No,
to
but
cheat
you- like,
something out like this, you win. You
But
won.
for instance, that braids, the blue braids that says at
Right.
the beginning of your upkeep, each player may play
And it's a 4-drop card.
Yeah,
It's
play
2 blue, I think.
Play any permanent from their hand, basically.
Yeah,
But that's
enchantment,
what-
creature, land, or artifact.
This game was designed to be a game like this, where you could play these big spendy cards and have fun with it.
Yeah.
You can't. Then
No,
if you're putting them in the
and
game
I
changers
don't
list,
think
what's
because
the
I
point?
don't play him that way. I haven't seen him played that way, so I'm not. But I'm just saying the fact that was their argument putting him
Well,
on.
hold on.
But their argument for taking him off is he
you
costs
say
a lot.
you don't play him that way.
You don't cheat them
But-
out, but you get them out on turn 3.
But that's
Yeah.
because I have ramped like a.
No.
Crazy
No.
person.
You didn't ramp. You had 2 of the 3 cards they banned in that deck that you had in your turn 1 hand that cost 0 mana and give you 5 between the 2 of them. So you didn't do anything. They just happened to be in your deck. You didn't earn that ramp. It cost you 0 mana. Don't act like you did some huge thing where you cast a spell and got a bunch of mana. You
those
put out
cards are
2
no longer in
0-drop
the deck.
artifacts and got 5 mana. Get out of here, you
But that
jabroni.
wasn't all I did. That's,
No, I
took
know,
those
but
out.
my
He
point-
still runs.
Right, but my point is that
that deck doesn't do anything without Jin Cataxis.
my point
No,
is
well,
that,
because it's all mana
I
rocks.
know,
on
it does
right,
nothing. Yeah.
But my point is that the way you said that I don't play him that way, brother. You got him out on average between 3 and 4, and
But
he's
I
a
paid
10-drop
his full
command.
cost.
But to be fair, when he got him out, how many times did he live till the next turn? Almost never.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he's
Especially
very.
if I was
I
playing.
get that, and I do agree with you. I think that in regards to these cards, the next section that we're going to hit, they talk about, well, if these cards are your commander, people kind of know you're probably playing a higher power tier deck, so we don't really need to put them on the game changers list.
Well, hold on, we're going to another subject.
I know, but it ties into this. Jin Gataxias is still a menace in the 99. Like,
Yeah.
the only advantage of him being in the command zone is that you get to recast him. He costs you 2 more, but you get to recast him. He's still absolutely a terror in the 99, in my opinion. Because when he comes out, if no one deals with him, everyone's hand size goes down to 0, except for the guy who owns him.
But so is Vorinclex.
Right.
So like these cards are just awesome. I'm
All right,
glad
so
they're not.
Vorinclex is the
they're
next
not
one
the
we'll
game
talk
changer.
about.
Yeah.
Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger.
Well, I have...
missed Sway of Stars, but that's okay.
Well, you
because
just
you
skipped
just
over it.
yeah.
So this is 6 green, so this is an 8-drop. Now, I have a different reason why this should still be on the Game Changers list, which I wonder if you think the same thing about it.
It's kind of land removal.
It's land denial,
Yeah.
which is their big thing right now. Like, we don't want people not being able to use their lands, and you just let a guy off the Game Changers that says, yeah, you tap that land, you don't get it next turn,
So
buddy.
I think they probably next time might add wording that says late game mass land removal is okay.
Yeah, I, don't
maybe.
know. This card's fun though. That's all I know. Is I'm glad they freed Jin Cataxis. I'm glad they freed Vorinclex. Let them roam. Expropriate's fun. Everybody's going to make the wrong decision and choose to give you extra turns, and it's amazing. And it's all good fun. This is what Magic was designed for: is these big mana fun cards.
My only,
or I should say, EDH was made for.
my only question on Vorinclex is that they're so heavy into the don't deny people lands. That's why I don't like this. If this guy didn't deny you lands, I'd be okay with him. Like, it'd be fine. If he just doubled your mana whenever you tap for it, sure.
Well,
Like,
if
that's
he's
cool.
okay, then Shimmer must be okay, right? Because that only phases out your lands every other turn.
Well, is Shimmer on the changers
No,
list?
but I'm just saying,
fine.
but it could be considered mass land removal.
Yeah.
But if he's okay, maybe it's not.
Right.
I mean, how much
Like-
does Shimmer cost?
4.
Yeah, that's very different than 8, dude.
I'm just saying.
But it's also 8 and a green. So really, this is also a turn 4 drop for any green deck, basically.
No, it's not. Get out of here. It's 8 mana.
Bro,
Turn
being
4?
the token
Or
green
this not
player.
CEDH.
No, but being the token green player, how many ramp spells do you run in
Yeah,
all
but
your
I
green
still
decks?
don't have 8 mana on turn 4.
Depends on the deck.
I mean, I would argue
Big
that
mana decks
close-
maybe, but
closer. Well, if you have an 8 drop in your deck, I'm assuming you have other big mana stuff in your
not
deck.
always.
Also
Sometimes
running.
I'm casting that bad. Like a lot of times you're casting this thing around turn 6, 7, 8 anyways. It's when the game should be ending.
Yeah. I mean,
And again, that's their argument.
I
but
think the two arguments do work together. It's late game, so if your mana's not untapping, like that's one of the types of things that this
Yeah.
late game probably does.
Yeah.
And if it's your commander, you can have a conversation about it pre-game and say, I really don't want to play this against that.
And it doesn't never untap. It just you have to be careful which ones you tap.
Yeah.
Like you almost have to choose to play half your mana every turn. Like so you can
Well,
get
because
out from under it. You just kill one.
I just feel like it's just like it's like a 1-2 punch almost because it's like I'm gonna slow you down while doubling my own production. That's my only thing with it.
But luckily you're in green, so it's like you're gonna play more big scary creatures that a board wipe will destroy. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one in this area is Sway of the Stars, 8 blue. This is the sorcery that they actually took off the ban list recently.
Yeah, last time.
Put on the Game Changers list
just
'cause
to
they
launch
wanted
it,
see-
which
Yeah,
is exactly what they did. They're like, this isn't a problem. Let it go.
Yep.
right. And I
In
think
fact, they said that they have been, they go to cons, they are involved in games. They said, I haven't seen this played at all.
No, I've
Yeah.
never seen this played.
No, it costs 10 mana for something that you can do for half that cost.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Continue to unban things. It's awesome.
The next category is legends that are strongest in the command zone.
Right.
And the argument here is they're visible, so your turn 0 conversation should cover this. I don't agree with this. The whole point of the
as well.
brackets is because their people have a problem with turn 0 conversations.
This is the only area of the whole thing that I disagree with.
Right.
I don't like this. I think for that exact reason, Duncan, I agree with you.
So to put it in perspective, the first one they took off is Kinnan.
Bonder
And
Prodigy.
this is the green-blue one. This is the one that's infamously known for doing infinite mana loops.
Yeah, with combos and
With a bajillion different
They're all
combos.
gross.
It's Simic, yes. It's
Every single
Simic.
one of these is gross.
So this, for example, this one card, both the previous 2 cards we just talked about, Jin Cataxis and Voraclex, you
can go in there.
can go in here, and not only can they go in here, they can be out very quickly in
For
this
free.
deck. Yeah.
Well, for 7 mana.
Yeah.
And then you got Urza Lord High Artificer, which we don't need to talk about. It's crazy. Winota Joiner of Forces, crazy. Eureka the Tiger Shadow, crazy. They're all crazy. That's why they were on the Game Changer.
But here's the
Now-
thing. Eureka, unless you build it specifically to be, if you
that's what I
don't
was
put
gonna
deck
say.
manipulation in there, it's not so bad. If you don't put all the worst ninjas in there, it's not so bad. There's a bunch of ninjas that aren't that bad. It's when you have Fallen Shinobi,
Yeah,
when you're Draco Genesis on top of your, or not Draco Genesis, but Draco.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I think that commander is broken. Like any of these commanders, you could probably find a way to build them bad. But
It's not building it bad, but I like I said, if you don't put deck manipulation and leave it up to chance on what's on top of your deck.
Yeah, because I have
why would you do that?
Because that's so some people just play it because they want to do just the top deck. What I get is what I get, so all they focus on is putting ninjas in there.
Then I
They
would
don't
say
really
in a
care
game
about-
changer conversation, it's the same thing we talked about for what's the one, Thassa's Oracle, where my son plays Thassa Oracle in his Merfolk deck. It's not doing Thassa Oracle things.
Right,
I mean, it
yeah.
is, but in a fair Merfolk deck, it's not trying to win that way. It's just have that conversation, which, to Duncan's point, the reason why these should have stayed on and they should add more commanders to this list is because people don't know how to have that conversation. They literally say what you guys just said for Eureka, for Winona, for Urza, and for Kinnan. It's fine. It's not optimized. It's get out of here.
I mean, now their case being that these cards are only dangerous in the command zone. So if they're your commander, you don't really need to have a game changers list because everyone knows they're dangerous. But my argument that I was having was, no, Kennen, Urza, and Winota in your deck is also very dangerous.
Even
in my
Yuriko
opinion.
in that
And
other
I will say Yuriko.
Ninja Commander.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And I now personally, I do have a Yuriko deck, but I will say out of these four, I think maybe Winota she's better than, but definitely not Urza and definitely not Kennen. Urza and Kennen are just on a different level, in my opinion, and it's kind of. Even
I just think
crazy
it's because you can't
think.
stop her. Like, because of the
I stop her.
ninjutsu, you just can't.
I
she
can
just
stop her.
Yeah, and
Stifle.
there's no.
Yes, we know Stifle King. You can stifle her.
Yeah,
We
but
get
then
that.
he could do it again. She's only like 2 mana. Like,
Her command jutsu.
you just keep doing it,
Blue-black.
and that's the hard part about that deck is like you.
Yeah,
Well,
like you stifle it once. It's like okay, I
In
just
white,
pay
you
for it
play
again.
Containment Priest.
Oh, okay, dude. But most people are not playing that 1, and 2, that's 1 card. In general, she's hard to stop.
Yeah, I mean, she
Because you
is.
just have to keep having answers, and you don't have that many, and she doesn't get more
But then you
expensive.
can Oko
she
her,
breaks
you
the
can- you
commander
can-
format.
Imprison her in the moon.
Yeah, but
Well, but you could say that about all these cards. Then.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
so you can't use such like minimal specific cards to say this is the way you stop that commander because with that logic, most commanders can just be countered.
And any card, and any card, like literally
any card can be countered, and most cards can be exiled or destroyed. So if that's your logic, it's like, well, there shouldn't be a game changers list because they all
Which,
technically.
there's a
can be
lot of
dealt
people
with.
listening who are like, yeah, you guys are onto it.
Yeah, you
they
figured
didn't
it
tell us
out.
what to do on anything.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. But I mean, my point is that I feel like even not in the command zone, Kennen and Urza are still a huge problem. Like, if you have them tucked in a blue, like if I had Urza in my Tails deck, you know how silly that would be?
Yeah.
Because all my vehicles are now mana rocks.
You should put Urza in your tail set.
I guess
you
I
might
can.
actually win a couple
It's not
games.
Yeah, it's a little silly. I agree.
Like, that's my point. Like, I get if you're saying, well, everyone knows that they're in the command zone, they're strong commanders. Okay, but what if they're in the 99? Those two are still very strong.
But there's a lot of stuff that let artifacts tap for mana. Like Duncan has a ton of them in his food deck. Yeah, so if that's the reason, Urza has lots of competition, and some of them only cost 3 mana. So I don't know. I think they should be. I think Legends in the command zone should be a thing that's on the game changers list. Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
think just because they're commanders means you don't have them.
Yeah,
on the
just
list.
because the community says specifically this is a problem in the command zone doesn't mean that it shouldn't be on the list.
I also think Edgar Markov should have been on the list.
I do too. He is so silly. He is one of those guys where it's just there's no way to build him.
And that's my
back.
point. I think there's more cards that should be on the list, and they're trying to thin it out. So I don't like that.
I actually, other than this removal, I agree with everything they're doing so far, and I don't have more stuff that I want to add to the list.
Well, so there's 2 more cards they removed.
Yeah.
Deflecting SWAT. Now, these are in another category because they have specific reasons for each card.
Right.
Yeah.
Deflecting SWAT, they said because it's not as powerful as the other free spells on the list. And I think it's fair.
Right. It's
That's
not
true.
technically a counter spell. It's a redirect. You can only do it for something that targets specifically. So
Yeah.
deflecting, swatting.
You can't deflecting SWAT a board wipe.
Yeah, you can't deflect swat or board wipe. You can't deflect swat.
Expropriate.
Yeah, you can only deflecting SWAT targeted spells. So it makes sense, even though it is free if your commander is out. Out of the other 2 that are kind of known as the better free spells out of this set, which was Fierce Guardianship and Deadly Rollick, this one I think definitely is the weakest of
yeah.
those 3.
Yeah, well, the white one's the weakest, isn't it?
Well, the white and green one aren't great, but I'm talking about those 3 are kind of
Yeah.
the big 3. Like
Yeah.
those are the ones that people talk about as
Yeah.
the good free spells. Because all of them, I think, are like $20 or $30 plus between
Yeah.
like deflecting SWAT, Fierce Guardianship, and Deadly Rock are easily over that.
Do you
number.
agree, Jeff, about deflecting SWAT?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And then the other one is Food Chain, and they said the reason they took this off is it's only broken as a combo piece.
I agree.
What other card do you think I'm going to talk about that's only broken as a combo piece?
Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to take that off, take off Thassa's Oracle if that's your reasoning.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Because again, like when we talked about Thassa's Oracle, and Jeff literally just brought it up, it's only scary when you're doing the Thassa's Oracle demonic consultation or
By
Thassa's
itself,
Oracle.
it's mediocre.
It's like
I think
unless you have Enter the Infinite, which is another combo again that you have to do first and then cast Thassa's Oracle. she doesn't do enough on her own to justify her being on.
But
there.
Enter the Infinite costs 11.
Yeah.
So at that point, go ahead, win the game.
yeah. Enter the Infinite is in case you guys don't know, it's 8 blue, blue, blue. So it's not like 10 and 1. It's 3 blue on top of 8. Like
so I think they were actually being political here, which I presume they have to do some. Thassa's Oracle is talked about later on in the article, which I know you're going to get to, but it really fits right here. Mm-hmm. It's talked about as a card that's being watched for being
removed off the game
removed in general from the game.
Well, I think Food Chain is kind of their test.
So,
if Food Chain makes it off and stays off, then Thassa's Oracle can come off.
Well, other than if it's being political, because so many people hate Thassa's Oracle. I think they probably would have put it on here with Food Chain, but I think they're afraid of how people will respond to that, to be honest with you. Because otherwise, how are they any different?
And we're not going to go down that list, actually. We're not going to go through all the ones they're looking at, because that's every...
No, there's just 2 they're talking about banning. Possibly banning, right? Thassa's and Aristic Study?
Right.
Yeah. Which a lot of people were kind of uproar about Ristic Study because they're talking about
so we'll get into that. Yeah, Ristic Study, they're not... So don't jump to one side or the other. Don't say, they're banning Ristic
Don't
Study.
go sell off all your Ristic Studies yet.
Because what they actually said is, we're looking at it, but it really doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It really seems like it's integral to EDH.
I think you have a lot of people that just don't like to hear, do you want to pay the 1?
Right.
And I don't get it. It's like, dude, it's not that hard. It's really, if you're that upset about someone asking a question, bro, get some children. Like, don't go steal them. Don't take other people's children. But go get your own children. And, like, they're going to ask you why 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So if your children are at that age, Johnny, where it's why. Because this, but why?
No,
why?
My favorite is
ridiculous.
My kids, my 2 youngest, I have a 3 and a 5-year-old. They say my name, and I look them dead in the eyes, like I'm acknowledging that you said my name, and they're staring at me, and they say my name again, like
Daddy,
no,
Daddy,
Daddy. I heard you. I'm looking at you. What do you want? They're like, oh, okay. Like, we have this conversation every time you say my name. When I look at you, you can start talking. They're like, oh, okay. And then 10 seconds later, they forget. Like, it kills me every time.
And he's not going to say yes.
Yeah, but the thing
like,
is,
he could just look at them and say yes, and then they would know to talk to him.
But sometimes it's just because they're so excited, right? Because I remember when my son was real little, it was like, Daddy, what? Daddy, what? Daddy, what? What?
Yeah, so just hang out with some kids and chill out and get some patience. Because someone asking, do you want to pay the 1 is really not a big deal, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And just pay the 1.
That's another thing. Yeah.
So
real quick, just kind of want to go through the breakdown of the game changers. So now after the changes, there's 5 white cards, 10 blue cards, 10 black cards, a measly 3 red cards, 5 green, 4 multicolor, 7 colorless, and then 7 other cards that are now officially
why
part
is
of
green getting picked on?
What do you mean? Black and blue have 10.
Yeah, but green shouldn't even have 5.
Oh, stop it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
this
green is so fair, right?
Where's
really
only
is.
tutor on there? I can just go
Really
get my best creature in my deck for 1 mana.
So
Yeah, it's not like I'm going to get Vorinclex.
Yeah, it's not like I can go get Vorinclex or anything. That'd be 2 of my game changers. Oh, wait, what?
So
There's only 1 of them now?
The other thing that came out after the announcement, when Gavin was doing an interview with somebody, was talk of hybrid mana.
Yes. Okay, this is another big thing that everyone was kind of buzzing about.
So they're talking about making it either or.
Right.
I love it.
Which I think should be. In all other forms of Magic, it's either or.
Yeah, it's what it was designed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that could be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I do know a lot of people. So what I heard someone say, because I myself didn't watch the interview, I didn't read the article, I don't know if either of you did, but I heard someone say that the reasoning for not wanting to do it, and I guess not in so many words, but people kind of took this away from it, was they basically said EDH players might be too stupid to comprehend what we're trying to do.
Yeah, they were. He did say something along the lines of, "We think it would be confusing for them."
Right, and so
it's
people are like,
guys are being way too sensitive.
People
Like,
are
calm
reading into
down.
it like
yeah.
you basically just called the entire EDH community too stupid to understand what the word hybrid means.
But
I don't think he did.
Right, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that was one of the things I heard a lot of people talking about and bringing up.
So the
about
counter
this.
argument to that is, if they can figure out Extort can be played in either a black or a white deck,
Right.
then they can figure out
Yeah,
that
but
hybrid
funny
mana.
enough, I was at the shop talking with Andrew, And he's like, he said that same thing, and I go, oh, it can?
That's so good.
So there you go.
But yeah, I mean, I like the idea of it. The only thing I'd want to do is just, I would hope that they would kind of comb through all those hybrid cards and make sure there's not one where it's like, if you can sneak this into like a monocolored green or monocolored red or monocolored blue deck, it kind of becomes too good. Like the fact that it's balanced by you have to have both colors.
So the other thing they said,
that's the only thing I could think of.
Is they feel like it might break companions.
Right, because all the companions are hybrid. Every single one. Yeah. I don't think there's a monocolored
But there aren't
one.
the companions. There's not that many that are currently that playable, are there?
Well, part of the reason why is because they're two colors. And
Right.
A lot of times, those two colors, you can find something that does it a little bit
But
better.
these are the ones where they came out with them, and they're like, "Oh, this doesn't work. This one's banned, and then you got to pay this much to get them
When
out."
it first
and all
came
that.
out, it was
Just
just
get
like
rid of
going to sit
companions.
in a companion zone, which was basically right next to the command zone. And then they said you have to pay 2 or 3 to put it there or something, or put it in your hand.
Bring a hybrid and then get rid of one of your worst mistakes ever. Like, just get rid of it. Like, why do we need companions?
They're talking about making more companions.
Don't do that.
Yeah, the blue one you're talking about is the blue,
Yes.
the
all
red
the
one.
all the
Blue
amount
tree.
of time.
Blue tree. There you
Okay,
go.
guy, come in close, Magic. Come in close. All the time you're going to spend trying to make companions work, which they won't, spend on fixing Secret Lair. Okay?
Dang it. You should zoom in on him.
You can go back out now.
Oh, I'm going right in on his face. All you're going to see is his skull right there.
Nice. I think the hybrid thing might be cool. Obviously, I'd want to make sure it's balanced and it works. It doesn't, like I said, break certain cards where it's like, now this card becomes a lot better because I don't have to be running the other
I think
color.
it's so much fun because when they do it, then there's like a race to go buy the cards that are going to be good. I think it's fun. Open it up. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I think it could be good. But again, I do think they need to look and make sure that,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
like a
But look,
custom.
at the end of the day, when you go up to pay for the card that you want to buy, your CVV will work. So it's already better than what they're doing. So we're good. Go ahead and let's try it.
Yeah, it's wild to me. Why is this? You even deleted yours and added another one that still
Yep,
did it.
that's correct. Yeah.
It's just like, no, you may not pay us.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Secret Lairs.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, we're going to talk about them less.
So
That less is relative. Less than what? The water in the ocean? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
any final thoughts on the brackets or the game changers?
The prediction I made. I didn't bring it up. So the prediction that I made, if you guys remember, back in July, was Vivi is going to be a game changer. There is no way that card cannot be a game changer with just how easy it is to just do silly things with it. And they didn't add it. So my prediction was wrong.
And there will be no more updates until January.
Right.
Unless there's an emergency.
Right. Unless something happens in the Avatar set where they realize they made a mistake, which I highly doubt because it's the Avatar set, so I don't foresee any. I mean, everyone was talking about that one card that gives everything Firebending 5.
Yeah.
All your creatures Firebending 5, which is crazy. But it's like a 7-drop. So.
Yeah. What did we just say? Those cards should be changing the game.
So yeah, but it's don't know why they didn't put Vivi on there. I feel like Vivi in the
'Cause he's
command
not
zone or
Yeah, it's not. Like I pointed out to you, I don't see Vivi ever. You don't see Vivi ever.
Yeah,
Jeff,
because
your kids don't play Vivi, right?
I only know
So
3
Jeff won't
people
see
that
Vivi
have
ever.
one. I only know 3 people that have one. So I don't have really
So they
a
made
chance
it
to see
rare enough. It's not a problem.
The
Problem solved.
I mean, you say that. Tell all the people that lost to it in all the stinking tournaments right after it came out.
So what I would say is we need to give a lot of credit to this, what are they called, bracket team?
The committee.
They're called the committee? Whatever they're called.
It's called the Commander something panel.
Advisory panel?
Commander format panel.
Format panel? Oh, gosh, get a better name. But
The CFP.
The
CFP.
Okay, the CFP.
You down with CFP? Yeah,
Nope.
you know me.
Well, I actually am down with CFP. Look, what happened when we transitioned from the last board to this board was really rough.
Yeah.
It was rough on the community. The last decision they made no sense. It was really bad. The way they released it was terrible. The communication was awful. And then there was this stuff about, Hasbro and Magic taking over the board and all the stuff that happened. Let's just stop and give this board a lot of credit because they did something that a lot of people didn't think they can do. They created a great bracket system. Like I get here at the office, they call them Jeff bumps, but
Nobody
so
calls
goose
them that.
bumps.
Nobody calls them that.
They do.
Who's they?
Do. Everybody here.
Just you.
No.
Just you.
I mean,
No,
we
it's not
Name
true.
one person.
We call restarting your computer full, Jeffrey.
That's
'cause
right.
Yeah.
When you're in IT, you just always tell people to restart their
That's
stuff.
right. So I could Google what was wrong. Because I'm not an IT person.
Shocker.
So
He's a pod person.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get through this. So they did something that a lot of people didn't think they could do. They accomplished it. They created a great system. They've communicated it really well. Like they thought this out. They planned it. There's a lot of businesses and companies that couldn't execute communication like this. So, and a lot of these, I don't think any of these people are getting paid. They're all doing. Most of them are all doing this for free. I'm sure some of them are. But most of them are doing this for free, and they nailed it. Like, if you guys are going to send people out there death threats and all kinds of ridiculous crap when something goes wrong, this should be when you should be sending flowers to these guys. Like, whatever podcasts these people have, whatever content they have, whatever shops they have, whatever things they have, we should all be going out to support it.
I mean, Gavin makes Magic the Gathering cards. We should go buy those.
Yes, but not from
To
Secret
support
Lair
him.
because you can't. So, but you should be helping to support them because what they're doing is making this game good. Although there are a lot of issues with this game, it's not in the gameplay. It's really not right now. The gameplay is really good, and these guys are killing it. So keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And just
Thank
remember, it is still a beta. This has not changed
Yeah.
its format. It's still a beta.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still in testing. Try it out. See what you think. If you catch them in the wild, give them your feedback nicely,
Yes,
kindly,
please.
if asked for. But, that's what it is. Pro tips.
Yeah, I kind of noticed something over the weekend, and
That's great. Anyway.
and I've caught myself doing it before too, but it's something that I think I may have touched on. But we here at our job, we were having a lot more people get into Magic. And one of the things that I want to encourage you, specifically for veteran players, when somebody wins, let them win.
Yeah, celebrate it.
Don't justify their win by saying that you could have done something.
Oh, no,
If you-
that's a tradition.
I know.
Which you
but-
can do that and still celebrate their win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But my big thing is especially
Dude, I was 2 turns from winning.
right.
Dude, no, on my turn, it was over.
So right.
It's
If
like
I
we
only
won.
would have drawn the exact answer, I wouldn't have lost.
Right. My point is that because I'm like this, I'm a competitive person, but I do know that when someone says something to the, oh, well, I misplayed and I made a bunch of mistakes, which is why you were able to do what you did and you won, but good job. It's like, I don't feel like you actually mean that last good job part. I feel like you really mean everything else that you said before it, and you're kind of deterring that person from kind of playing. And so, especially for new players, like I said, I mean, in the last couple of months, I think we've gotten like 4 to 5 new people here at work to start playing Magic.
Oh, yeah.
And
I just got a new one today.
It's super cool because we're getting to see these guys like build these decks and then kind of clean them up a little bit, learn the rules, play, and then when they get their first win, if you take that away from them by justifying it by you doing something, that's just let them have it. Let them win. They won. We all make mistakes. We all here have been playing Magic for a very long time. We still all make mistakes. And even when I was playing at the shop the other weekend, we had a game and I could have done a play. I didn't realize it. And after the game ended, Josh at the shop said, just so you know, you could have done this to stop him from doing that, which would have let you win the game. And I was like, oh, I knew I was leaving that untapped for a reason, and I just forgot. Like, I messed up.
It happens.
And he
Yeah.
let the other guy win. He didn't point it out for me. He let me
Yep.
make the mistake. And he told the guy, he's like, that was a great win. And then he just told me one-on-one on the side. He's like, hey, if you just would have done this, by the way, you would have stopped and you would have won. And I was like, dang it. I
Yeah,
didn't
well
realize
done,
it.
Josh.
Right. Like, that's what I mean is, like, let that guy win. Like, especially with new players, because there's nothing more exhilarating than you getting your first win. And there's nothing more deflating than 2 other people at the table saying, well, you only got that because I did this.
Yeah.
Like, let them have it.
If you hadn't done that on your turn, I was totally going to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, Hey, good job, man. That was a great win. That was awesome. I can't believe you pulled that combo off. I can't believe you made 1,000 tokens on your turn.
And to their credit, everybody at the table did congratulate me on
Right.
that.
So
even though I took forever,
Right.
forever.
yeah, I think they were more
congratulate
congratulating.
No, to
that
do it.
turn to end.
do it,
needing
to-
1,000
to dig
tokens.
for the
I
answer
think
to
it was,
find out how
they
many
were more
tokens.
applauding the fact that the turn was just over.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so
it could have been worse.
Yeah, especially for you veteran players out there, especially if you're playing with new people. If they win, just let them win. Let them have it. Don't ruin it.
Congratulate them.
Yeah,
on it.
don't justify it. Say, hey, Grant, that was a great win. That was a cool combo. I definitely didn't see it coming. There's nothing I could do to stop it. That was awesome, man. That was a perfectly timed play. Or whatever you need to say to, because that's going to make that person keep coming back and keep wanting to play and keep wanting to get better.
Yeah.
So let
So
them win.
it-
If they
yeah,
win,
yeah.
let them win.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Good.
That's a good one. I like that one. Sloan, where can they find us?
Well, they can find us at youtube.com/commanderspod. We do a video alongside the audio. So if you've never seen our beautiful faces before, go over to YouTube. You can go ahead and see them. I'm wearing a pink shirt in this episode. I'm sure people will comment on that and say things.
Salmon.
As well as if you want to reach out to us directly.
It's like a shred.
It's salmon. As Tim has done before and many of our other Patreons, you can email us at cast@commanderspod.com. You can visit our website, commanderspod.com. That's where our website, our podcasts are also posted. And then patreon.com/commanderspod if you want to be a supporter and help us out. Again, as Tim does, he came out this weekend. He asked for us to come out. Unfortunately, we had it scheduled for one night. Something happened, so we couldn't make it. So we were all there to play with him.
I would have came the next night. I didn't know.
Yeah, and I unfortunately already had plans on Saturday night, so I couldn't. It was my daughter's, one of her 2 birthday parties she's getting, apparently. I don't know why. And then last but not least, you can find us on all of your podcast websites, your Spotify, Audible, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, etc., etc. Duncan, take it away.
So last thing before I sign off, we will not have an episode next week. Jeff is going on a cruise, and I just need a break. So, there's just been a lot going on. So we won't have one next week, but we will be back.
Unless you want to listen to me rant
second
for an
week in
hour and
November.
scream as loud as I can about stupid things I hate, there's no reason to have an episode next week.
Let's do it.
Dude, I'd be so down for that.
Aggro Sloan. I don't think
Just an hour of aggro Sloan.
I don't think we need that.
Well, Duncan would still have to do a lot of work, so we're not going to do that.
But as always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Tune in, friends, we'll fly and go. The commander's bar, the love will show. From our decks to yours, we share the spark in the world of magic. We'll leave our